try to make it simple because this is a basic class. I try to make it simple. But if you look at the reference book, the Abhidhamma book, especially in the handbook of Abhidhamma, there are lots of points. It's a lot. Even if you read one time, two time, you cannot get all because there are lots of points already. Abhidhamma, especially on this dependent origination, is one of the deepest subject because once the Venerable Ananda, he told the Buddha the dependent origination seems simple to him. Then the Buddha told Ananda, don't say so. It's only simple maybe to Ananda because Ananda has vast knowledge and he heard many suttas from the Buddha. So to Ananda, it will be simple. Now, even though you look at dependent origin, it looks simple, but once you go detail, it looks complicated. All right, today I will finish all the pages. There are some we can explain briefly and some we can just go through. Okay, before that, let us start with the chanting. Yeah, it's good to familiarize with the chanting. Okay, I will start the chanting. Right. So this is called anuloma. We translate in forward order, but actually it's just a cause and effect here. When something happen, something else will happen. So when this happen, that will happen. That's how we translate in the Pali. Avijja paccaya sankhara, sankhara paccaya vijnanam, vijnana paccaya nama lupam, nama lupa paccaya salayatanam, salayatana paccaya passo, passa paccaya vedana, vedana paccaya tanha, tanha paccaya upadanam, upadana paccaya bhavo, bhava paccaya jati, jati paccaya jara maranam, sokha parideva, dukkha domna supayasa samavati, eva metasa, kevalasa, dukkha khandasa, samudaya hoti. So this is avijja, condition sankhara, sankhara, condition rebirth, consciousness, condition mind matter. Now, even though I put rebirth consciousness, but we can put it optional because Sankala sometimes just condition normal consciousness. So if you have print out, just put a bracket here. It's not all the time must be rebirth consciousness. Okay. Then consciousness condition mind matter condition six sense basis, six sense basis condition mental contact feeling, feeling to craving, craving to clinging, then the bhava condition jati, and then jati condition aging, death, and then sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and so on. All right. So these are we call it the five aggregates appear. So avijja yattva asesa viraga nirodha sankhara nirodo sankhara nirodha vijnana nirodo vijnana nirodha nama lupa nirodo nama lupa nirodha salayatana nirodo salayatana nirodha phassa nirodo Passa niroda, Vedana nirodo, Vedana niroda, Tanha nirodo, Tanha niroda, Upadana nirodo, Upadana niroda, Bhava nirodo, Bhava niroda, Jati nirodo, Jati niroda, Jara maranam, Sokha paridewa, Dukkha domna supayasa nirujanti. Eva metasa, kevalasa, dukkha kanasa, nirodo hoti. This one is easy. Just when there's no avijja, there's no sankala. When there's no sankala vijnana, there's no vijnana. Niroda means cessation. So we can just take it in a simple way. There's when this is not there, the other one, the other when there's no cause, then no effect. Okay, so before I proceed with the notes, so I received a question when somebody asked, why is it sometimes Sankala? Why is sometimes Nama Vinyanam? Why is it Paso? Okay, so here in according to Pali basis, Sankara is masculine, so masculine plural. Vinyanam is here will be neuter I think we can take it as nominative here. So Namarupa also neuter, Salada neuter, and then this is a masculine singular, passo, like Buddho. Okay. So when we say passo with the O, so then it's confirmed it will be nominative singular. Then Vedana will be feminine. So feminine, nominative singular. Tanha also feminine. Okay. So this also feminine. Upadana is neuter. Bhava is actually masculine also, like the passo. Jati also feminine. So in this way, we sometimes when you recite, you have to at first when we recite, you don't need to remember the Pali. So just recite normally. Then after a while, if you study Pali, then you start to identify which one is masculine, which one neuter, which one is feminine. Okay. So it's only for those who are interested in Pali or want to learn more. So remember Paticca Samuppada, if you make it, it's very simple. It's just a multiple cause and effect, a chain of cause and effect. So avijja is the cause, sankara is the effect. Sankara become the cause here and vijnana the effect. Vijnana become the cause and then namarupa is the effect. Okay. So that's how it link. And the reverse order, sometimes we call it patiloma or we call it cessation here. Reverse is because we direct translation from the Pali, patiloma. But it just means that when something cease, that one cease. Here, the A here, like just now, it is ablative or instrumental, so we translate true if you are using the instrumental, or if you are using the ablative, you can say because, okay? Because the cessation of ignorance, then Sankara cease. Or through the cessation of ignorance, Sankara cease. And then when there's no Sankara, there's no Vijnana, and so on. So this means that if the cause cease, there's no effect. The anuloma is when there's cause, there will be effect. Here, when there's no cause, okay, no cause, and then there will be no effect. That's how independent origination, if you summarize it, it can be just simply we say cause and effect, which is very important knowledge in Dhamma, especially when you practice meditation or in your daily life. Okay. So we already finished this one. Now, okay. So I like to add on this one because I think when I mentioned it, I did not mention clearly. This is not in your notes. Okay. This part. But later I will share with you. You all can write. Okay. Now, avijja, we know. Avijja, so if in theory it's just the moha chetasika, right? The the ignorance is just a delusion, mental factor. Now, sankhara is chetana, so 29. How we get 29? So this is just a basic level, but when you go intermediate level, you need to learn more about what is what is the actual Dhamma. Okay, now, so we can call this Sankala in three ways. Apunyabit Sankala, Punyabit Sankala, and Ninja Sankala. So these are not in your notes, but later you can add yourself when I share the document. Now, Punya is merit. So Apunya is demerit. So means that it's Akusala Chitta. It's a 12 Akusala Chitta, the Chetana Chetasika volition. For example, when somebody had the intention to kill and steal, due to avijja, which is in the lantern, we can do good deeds. Of course, due to avijja, we also can do bad deeds, all right? So apunyabi means the meritorious abhisankala, which like killing, stealing. And punyabi sankala means it's a good action. Punya is like merits, but here means that it's a good action called punya. Chetana in eight mahakusala chitta and five lupa vachala kusala chitta. So for to learn this, when you go detail, you have to go back and link with the kusala, the chitta. Okay. So like somebody give donation and because of avijja, he has the desire to born in the heaven. Or right, even the like somebody practicing the lupa jhana, and then the lupa kusala chitta will arise. But the avijja is lengthened day. Okay? Avijja is lengthened day because as long as a person is not arahant, the avijja is always lengthened. That means that it's in the mental continuum. So anenja is a specific terms refer to the four lupavachala kusala chitta. Okay, so when somebody practicing the arupa jhana. So for more information, you can look at the Fundamental Abhidhamma, Volume 2, 58, Handbook of Abhidhamma, Volume 2, 129. And you can see Sankara is complicated. First, the numbers is big. You got 29, and it linked with the kusala, with the akusala, kusala, and even with the jhana. So I think when you study dependent origination, this part will give you uh more headache because it has vast information. Okay, the rest is actually quite simple. And now this second part also might give you some you need to study more because even like we say vijnana, it can be rebirth consciousness 19 at the rebirth time, or it can be normal consciousness. This means that due to avijja, somebody do some action, and then when the action was done with kusala chitta, so kusala chitta is also will cause the vijnana. In a way, kusala chitta is a major one. Vijnana, you can say it happen at the same time, but the priority will be under the sankhara. So that's why we put sankhara at first and vijnana later. Okay, because the chitta arise, it never arise alone. Chitta will come with cettasika. Right? So somebody do uh their normal consciousness at the cost of assistance. We call it Pawati time. All right. So according to the information down there, you can find in the Fundamental Abhidhamma or Handbook, there will be 32 Lokiya Chitta, Lokiya Vipaka Chitta. If you calculate, will be this one. All right. So in the intermediate level, if you decided to continue after this basic level, you will learn all these numbers in detail. For now, I just put it here because I think uh it needs some explanation for especially for this number 2 and number 3. Right? So even if you don't understand now, but it's okay, just learn it. And then from this point onwards, the rest is actually should be able to understand what is nama rupa, what is a salayatana, what is a phassa contact, what is a feeling, then what is a craving? Based on craving, then they will be clinging, strong grasping on the object. All right. After that, then we'll call bhava. So bhava is divided to two. I already mentioned. Kama bhava is the one that active, cause the rebirth, cause the life existence. Upapati bhava is five aggregates produced by the karma. So upapati bhava is considered as jati. All right, where jati is the appearance of aggregate. Then after that, the aggregate will encounter the decay, old age, and so on. So jati is appearance and jara marana is, we call it the decay side of the five aggregates. And then this one we already go through two roots, three period, and then three vata, and so on, three links, and so on. Okay, so we already go through this one. Okay, last week because I was having some sore throat, I didn't explain a lot. But you can see here, now there's a little bit point you need to know. Okay, now two causes in the past in the four group here, which is avijja and craving. Okay, avijja, ignorance, and craving. But if we are considered in the terms of 20 modes, instead of two, we have five. Okay, five causes. This is something that different. So every time when you study Dhamma, you try to see something similar. And when something is different, you just make a asterisk. So you will remember it's something you need to pay more attention. And then the five effect in the present is actually quite same. Then three courses in the present, and this also become five courses here. So make an asterisk. And then two effects in the future. Okay, this is a little bit something different. Now, why is it we have different things? It's because of the different viewpoint, all right? So when you take the avijja and craving, you are talking about the cause. Avijja and craving is a kilesa, is a defilement here. But when we in the 20 modes, avijja, sankhara, tanha, upadana, kama, bhava. Okay, so you have to see the charts here. So we call this avijja, All right. So when you take this avijja and sankhara, because avijja is linked with the craving and upadana. You can see the leg line here. So when you take avijja, you have to take these two as well. Take the avijja, you have to take the craving and upadana, clinging. So when you take the sankhara formation, you have to take the kama bhava. Okay. So that's mean that when you take these two, you have to include these three. This means that this part on the right side, top right side, when you take this one, you have to take this number three here. So these three. Uh, Okay. So that's how we get this 20 mode. Okay. So when you take the avijja and craving, so you have to take the other two also. Right. And the number one here and number three here. So this one and three is same. You can see the Dhamma is actually same. Avijja, Sankhara, Tanna, Upadana, Kama, Bhava. Tanna, Upadana, Kama, Bhava, Avijja, Sankhara. Because like just now I said, when you take the two, you have to take the other three. All right. Now, the present effect is five. Yes, we know the is will be the one in the Vijnana, Namarupa, Salayatana, Phassa, Vedana. Okay, it's same. Right, this is okay. So same. But the future effect, instead of writing as a Jati Jara Marana, is actually write as five here. Why? Okay, because the Dhamma is same, right? Because the effect in the future is also five aggregates. So instead of writing the Jati and Jara Marana, Jati is the appearance of the five aggregates. Jara Marana is the decay of all five aggregates. So we can just write in future the effect will be Jara Marana Namarupa. Okay, so means that the future effect, this one will be five aggregates. Okay, so it's already mentioned here. By taking the birth and decay, five effects and so on are taking. So this means that the five effects in the future will be same as five aggregates. Okay, all right. That's how we consider the dependent origination in different ways, different angles. Right. So this is actually really in one of the meditation center in Myanmar, we call it Mogok Meditation Center. So they do review on the factors and the past and present and future. So it's another way of meditation. Like Mahasi is focused on the Kayanupassana, contemplation, rising, falling, but I will be on those jhana and maybe 40 samatha practice. Mogok Meditation Center will contemplate the dependent origination. But actually, because not a lot of teacher do teach dependent origination in English in Myanmar, only few center. It also depends if the site is free. Okay, so even the student in ITBO normally they will go for other center to study, but normally they will not go for Mogok. It's not easy to find the teacher because the teacher need to be very skillful in English to teach this one. All right, okay. This one already finished. Okay, I think you have to familiarize with the chart here. If you, I think charts like this will be easy to remember. Okay, so you can draw your own chart. For those who are really interested, you can draw your own chart and study and write all the points instead of over the papers, few papers. You write down all the points in one piece of paper. Squeeze all the information here. It will be good for your own learning. So this one we go through here. Okay, now we come to this, which I take from the Visuddhimagga. Because with so many books, only Visuddhimagga give a clearer idea about how we contemplate the dependent origination. And Visuddhimagga, we call it the path of purification. It's actually, we call it the handbook of for meditator. So every time if somebody really want to learn meditation, they really have to come to this book. So you can see part 3 is under the chapter of Panya, understanding this page here. Okay, I need somebody to read the English. Okay. Amy, can you read this one? Amy?
Okay, okay.
Okay, yes.
When all states are understood by him, thus in accordance with death and rebirth linking, his knowledge of discerning the conditions of mentality, materiality is sound in all its aspects, and the 16 kinds of doubt are more effectively abandoned. And not only that, but the 8 kinds of doubt that occur in the way of beginning tasks. He is doubtful about the master are abandoned too, and the 62 kinds of views are suppressed. See DN1 and MN102, Brahma Jala Sutta, the discourse of the Brahma and the five and the three Pataya Sutta. The knowledge that has been established by the overcoming of doubt about the three period of time by discerning the conditions of mentality, materiality, according to the various methods should be understood as purification by overcoming doubt. Other term for it are knowledge of the relations of states and correct knowledge and right vision. That's all.
Okay. I think there's some more. So you can read 26. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Up.
For this is say understanding of discernment of condition tasks. Ignorance is a condition formation and conditionally arisen, and both these states are conditionally arisen is not knowledge of the causal relationship of states. Pati Vidamaga. And when he brings to mind as impermanent, what states does he correctly knows and see? How is that right seeing? How by inference from that are of formation clearly seen as impermanent, wherein in doubt abandoned, when he brings to mindful painful, when he brings to mind as not self, what states does he correctly knows and see, wherein is doubt abandoned?
Okay. Please continue. Yes.
Okay, when he brings to mind as impermanent, he correctly knows and see the sign. Hence, right seeing is said, thus by inference from that all formations are clearly seen as impermanent. Herein doubt is abandoned. When he brings to mind as painful, he correctly knows and see occurrence. Hence, when he brings to mind as not self, he correctly knows and see the sign and occurrence. Hence, right seeing is said. Thus, by inference from that, all states are clearly seen as non-self. Here in doubt is abandoned. Correct knowledge and right seeing and overcoming of doubt 605 are these things driven in meaning and driven in the latter, or are they one in meaning and only the latter is driven? Correct knowledge and right seeing and overcoming of doubt. These things are one in meaning and only the latter is driven. Parties 262F. That's all.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. All
Thank
right.
you, Sahaji.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Now, so here it actually mentioned lots of point here. So actually it just say it the first there are few key point I just highlight. The first one is talking about doubts, right? All right. So first you need to see means that now rebirth and now in dependent origination it talk about death and rebirth linking. So that's mean that it to do with the uh we call it tree life. So when you see something in the tree life, right? So you can overcome the doubts here. There are many doubts according the doubts about if you have doubts about dependent origination, you doubt about the past life, present life, future life. That means that you also doubt about the teacher, the master, means that the Buddha and other his teaching. So there are also 62 wrong view in the Brahmajala Sutta. This is a very good sutta to read, but it's very difficult to understand because there are 62 wrong view there. So independent origination, as I mentioned before, everything is just talking about cause and effect, cause and effect. So when you really understand cause and effect, you will overcome all the doubts, right? Overcome the doubts. That's the main thing here. So if you have doubts, means that you have not overcome the cause, do not understand about cause and effect. Overcome the doubts on the three periods of time, right? And then also, you must see everything as impermanent, suffering, and non-self. Okay. When you see how you see non-self, because when you see dependent origination, it just phenomena happens according to cause and effect. So there's no I, there's no mind, nobody in control, right? So all this will be a right seeing. Now, when we say the right view, right seeing, and overcome the doubts, so these are same, okay? Even the meaning, the question is, are they the different in meaning or different letter? So they are one in meaning. This means that the right, correct knowledge, right seeing, overcome the doubts. They are the same thing. It's only the words. We use the different terms, okay? We use the different terms to call it correct knowledge, right seeing, overcome doubt, but they are the same thing. So this means that if you have dependent origination, you understand it, you will have right view, okay? The first one in the Noble Eightfold Path. This means that this is referring to refers to right view, samadhi. Okay. So dependent, okay, means right view. So we have many right views, okay? One is a right view on dependent origination, right view on the past life, present life, future life, right view on karma, right view on jhana. So dependent origination is actually one of the right view here. And we the here keep on mentioning overcome the doubts here. Okay. And also mentioning about conditions of the mentality and materiality. This one actually, if you see there's a one. I'm trying to find the link here. Actually, I put the link here. So this one is the Mahasi Sayadaw book. He talking about the progress. So this one is actually very important. Anybody who practice vipassana should read this one to have some right idea about your own progress on knowledge, right? And Jnana Ponika is one of the German monk who came to Myanmar many years ago to practice under Mahasi Sayadaw, and he translated with from the Pali and into with notes. So we have few of the these. Just now we listen to this one, purification or overcome the doubts. All right. So this one, somebody will get it after first he need to have sila visuddhi, purification of view, purification of morality, conduct. Then then he had chitta visuddhi means that the mind free from hindrances. Then he get purification of view means when he see only mind and matter, namarupa parichedanyana. And just now was mentioned about this purification or overcome the doubts. When he see this one, all right, knowledge or discerning conditionality. So this is talking about cause and effect, which talking about dependent origination. So when people see there's only cause and effect, he will overcome the doubts. All right. So this is the knowledge mentioned here. Purification of overcoming the doubts. That is the fourth knowledge in the this 16 vipassana knowledge, seven and also seven visuddhi. Okay. So I just put here and later I put the link here so you all can read. Okay. So that's mean that by listening to dependent origination, you will get the understanding panya, which is the part three of the path of purification. You understand about start to understand about what is rebirth and linking and what is the condition for mentality and materiality and overcome some of the doubts. Right? Now, what kind of doubts will you overcome? So when you see like this, you understand that there are three times: past time, past, their present, and their future. Okay, so they are the first thing that will come. And second thing, you understand that there's no controller, things just happen by itself. So due to the avijja, and then the sankhara will happen due to sankhara and so on. Okay. So you understand that things will happen by itself. And you understand that it's also possible to break from this link. As long as we practice the contemplation, we can leave the circle. So that's why you can see the arrow here is like piercing through it and can escape here. All right. So normally we can break here when we contemplate the feeling, not to for the feeling to go for craving. So we can actually break here. So that's the way we can break here. So the others link will just occur by itself and go round and round and round. Okay. All right. So I think I finished the notes and we will go for questions. So before go for questions, is there any point that you want me to explain? Anything that you want to ask? Any of you? You can just unmute and ask. Okay, any questions? Yeah, Chai-Hoon?
To break the link, right? We say Vedana and the Tangha. What about the other two? The other two link can be broken or not? Theory can, right?
Okay. Normally should not be able, because when the chetana, when we say sankhara is a chetana, right? Chetana means volition. When the volition come, volition actually is part of cetasika. So cetasika will arise together with the vijnana. Vijnana means chitta. Sankhara is cetasika. You take it as cetasika. Vijnana is a chitta. So cetasika and chitta arise together. But here Chetana we put as a main cause here. So this will happen by itself because they are part of the uh, operation. Because this is the okay. This one will lead to here. Okay. So normally you will not be able to break it. But normally we say we can break it because feeling is optional. Sometimes if we not the feeling, we contemplate the feeling, then the craving will not arise as a vipassana practitioner. So we actually can break here. Okay. Now, karma bhava also cannot happen because when the karma happen, when that's mean that when we doing some after craving, then clinging, then the karma bhava will there are two parts. One is called karma bhava, another is called upapati bhava. Right? So this actually sankhara also. So this one will lead to this one. Because one you already in the craving and clinging. So the karma actually is done already. So when there's a karma, then there will be this jati jara marana in the future. Okay. So where can we break? Actually, I was thinking that we can break here because of what? When somebody become arahant, there's no avijja. Okay. So when somebody become arahant, there's no avijja. Definitely you will not go through this way again. So there will be that's why the link is not mentioned here. But even if we put a link, I think we can just stop at the avijja because in future, there's no avijja. Okay. All right. Next question. All right. Anybody got any questions? Okay. If no question, we go for the question answer. Okay. Now I will show the question together with this diagram because sometimes it's good Okay, it's a little bit small. Sometimes it's good to see the diagram and contemplate because it's sometimes our mind cannot absorb too many words, but with the diagram, then we can process better. Okay, now this is the first question. I think I have to make it bigger. Does a painful feeling leads to craving? This means that painful feeling means dukkha vedana. Normally, you know the how many type of feeling? There will be dukkha, sukha. All right. So the answer will be so if I ask in question like this, so I'm thinking that you all need to sit for a test next month. Okay. So if people ask like this kind of question, short answer is there are three types of feeling. All right. So you have a sukha, dukkha, and neutral feeling we call upeka or adukkha masukkha. All right. So of course, sukha will lead to tanha, craving. Okay. How about dukkha? Does dukkha lead to craving? That's the question. Okay, so anybody want to ask it? I think I already mentioned this before in the class. So anybody want to answer this?
Saji, I try lah.
Okay, you try, all right? After you try, then let other students try the difficult one. You can try this easy one. Okay? All right. Yes.
So the answer is yes, because we also crave to have good feeling.
Okay, good. Right. So when dukkha arises, we crave for good feeling. Okay. So you can see even though we say sukha lead to craving, tanha, but also dukkha also leads to craving. Yes, because we want to have a good feeling. So we don't like bad feeling, but we like good feeling. So you can contemplate every time when you feel hot. So the next moment you want to switch on the fan, or you feel thirsty, you want to drink water, or you feel very boring, you look for entertainment because you crave for good feeling. So that's mean that so that's why independent origination, after the feeling will lead to craving. No matter good feeling or bad feeling or neutral feeling, even though it's neutral feeling, we also crave for the neutral feeling because we take the neutral feeling as peaceful. So that's why Vedana normally will lead to craving. Okay. But as a meditator, if we can contemplate the feeling as a feeling, then we will stop here. So that's why you can see the red arrow here is actually escape from this circle. All right. Okay. Now next question. Anybody want to try? So if you don't want to try later, the question will be more hard. No? So next question. Anybody like to try? Anybody? Now I'm looking for volunteer. Okay.
Sayaji, Wendy here. Can I try?
Okay. Yes.
Is craving the same nature as clinging? I think similar, but the degree is different. Mean
Okay.
craving is clinging is even higher
Okay.
degree.
All right. So you can see clinging is stronger degree than craving. Right? Okay. Yes. And there's also another one we say no. Okay. Yes, because clinging and craving is means that the nature is also we call it tanha or lobha. Right? Lobha means you all know the Pali word lobha is craving. But we can see no because of what? When we study the in the upadana. Okay, now here in the upadana, now you have four types of wrong view. This one, okay? So first one is essential pleasure, then wrong view, wrong behavior, and practice of purification. So in Pali, it's basic kama. Kama is a sensual pleasure, clinging. Upadana is clinging. Diktu is a dikti, clinging to wrong view. Then this is a clinging to wrong practice, silabata, wrong behavior, wrong practice. And last one, clinging to atta. Okay. So only the first one, kamupada, which is a sensual pleasure, is actually belong to craving. So the rest, these three, okay, Ditu Padadana, Silabata Pudana, and Atavada. Okay, so this means that the rest of these three, so I put no, 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, and then the 4. Okay. So this only the 2, 3, 4 belong to wrong view. Okay. So the answer will be yes, upadana, when it's a sensual pleasure, is actually same with craving. Because the nature is loba, the loba mula chitta, right? Then the rest is actually more on the dikti, wrong view. So the answer is, this is actually tricky, but it needs some time to contemplate. So, no, okay. Only the kamu, I put like that, okay. So clinging on sensual pleasure. So it's the kamu padana is craving, okay. The rest is wrong view. All right, okay. So next one. What is the similarity between Sankara and Kamabhawa? The next question is, what is the difference between Sankara and Kamabhawa? Now, Sankara is, we already know, we call it volitional activities or karmic formation. Kamabhawa is much more to translate. Actually, sometimes it's difficult to translate to English, so we just have to know the Pali. Okay, so anybody like to try? So this one for those who study Pali. Brother Ko, yes, you should try.
What is the similarity between Sankara and Kamabhawa? Sankara and Kamabhawa. Sankara is the volitional action.
Okay,
Kamabhawa is the result of the volitional action.
okay. So similarity, they are the result, right?
If one is the cause, the other one is the effect.
Okay, so Kamabhawa is the
Effect.
okay. Now Sankara is the
Sankara is the cause. That means the
okay.
cause for the deed. And the Kamabhawa is the effect.
Is the cause.
But Kamabhawa is the cause for Upapati Bhava.
Okay.
And it's just like the Upadana is a cause for Kamabhawa. So
Yeah.
Kamabhawa
Okay.
is a cause for Upapati Bhava as well.
Okay. So what is the similarity here? What's the difference and similarity?
In fact, I have difficulty seeing the similarity between the two actually.
Okay, I just hint. I'll give you a hint. See the color.
I know the color is the same,
Yes.
but both are karma creator actually. So, but
Okay.
I could not see how the karma bhava become the so-called karma creator. That means the cause for karma. The cause for
Yeah.
karma.
Okay. So this part not sure, right? Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. So this part, I think we have to read some more Kama Bhawa. Okay. But I think most of the Abhidhamma book, they don't really,
they
okay,
draw
let's see.
through.
Okay. So let's see. We have to read some more. Okay. Let's see. Bhikkhu Bodhi book. Okay, now. So they translate here as karmically active process of existence. This one, because this is more active, okay? And the other one is upadapati bhava as a passive or resultant process existence. Active existence did not deny wholesome and unwholesome volition, or all the wholesome and unwholesome karma leads to new existence. So actually you can take it as this is a volition also, right? Volition or karma. So in a way you can see, if we say chetana, sankhara is chetana, so karma bhava is also chetana. So this is a similarity. And they are under the round of karma. Remember we have 3 rounds: round of defilement, round of karma, and round of result. So we can take it as they are same as round of karma. So sankhara and karma bhava is round of karma, and they are denotes the chetana. Okay? And what's the difference? Can you see the difference? The time period is different, all right? So
Yes.
the
That
sankhara
was
is
the
under
past,
which one?
the
Yes,
past
sankhara is
period,
under past because it's actually to do with the avijja to sankhara. And then karma bhava is in the present period.
present.
Yeah. So similarly, these two are under the cause. Okay. So it's past cause here. So karma bhava is also cause. But the difference is only period is different. All right. So yeah. I think it's actually most people will come to this avijja is had difficulty because sankhara is very big, have many dhamma in them. Karma bhava also has many things to them. Then the rest actually quite easy. So yeah. Similarity means so they are chetana, okay, volition. Volition. Okay, in the karma karma vata, round of karma, okay, round of karma. So difference will be there. So sankhara is in the past period. Karma bhava is in the present period. Okay. So that's why I told you all learn to study the charts, okay? Because it will be easy if you try to compare and contrast the sankhara and karma bhava. Okay, now this answer already mentioned just now. Okay, so next student. Somebody want to try this one? This one is easy. I already mentioned just now. Okay. Why are there 5 future effects or effects in the future time? Okay, if 5 effects in future time. Yes. I cannot. Yes, who is it?
Sanda Asyari.
Okay, yes, all right. So what are they?
Why
What's the
are
answer?
there in 5 future effects thing? Because
Okay.
of there are 5 present causes, which is tanha, upadana, kama, bhava, avijja.
Avijja? Not avijja. Avijja is not is never the effect. Avijja is always the cause.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now we are talking about
Tanha.
future effects. This one, okay? Future effects,
future.
okay? So here is only 1, 2, 3, but the answer is asking why not these 3, but there are 5. So I remember I just mentioned just now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So what's the answer?
Because of tanha, upadana, kama, bhava.
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
I think because of the present cause of tanha, upadana, kama, bhava.
No. Okay.
No,
So
no.
no. Okay. Now, so this one already I mentioned just now. Okay. So you have to, for this question, you have to refer to the 20 modes just now. All right. The 5 future effects are Vijnana, Namarupa, Salayatana, Phassa, Vedana. It's the one on the right side bottom. It's same, even though it's a present. Present is also same. Future is also same. So when you write this actually, you can say number 2 is similar to the point number 4 here. So number 2 here is same with the number 4. Why? Because the effects is this 5 means actually you can say number 2 is also talking about 5 aggregate, all right? 5 aggregates. Number 4 here is also talking about 5 aggregates. But number 2 is present 5 aggregates, all right? And the number 4 is the future 5 aggregates. So that's why the Dhamma is same. So the 5 effects in the future will be referring to our 5 aggregates, means that the Vijnana, Namarupa, Salayatana, Phassa, Vedana. So the answer is this one. Because it refers to our 5 aggregates, which is same with the present, 5 effects in the present, which also refer to 5 aggregates. Okay, so if you can understand this point, it's okay. So number 2 here is same with number 4. And actually number 1 here is the same with the number 3. So to memorize shortcut, you just put 1 is equals to number 3 here. And the point number 2 is same with the number 4. Alright. So we basically can just draw an arrow pointing to just draw an arrow between here to here. Okay. Alright. So the answer will be well, okay. So this refer to 5 aggregates in the future. So that's why we have this Vijnana, Namarupa, Salayatana, Phassa, Vedana. Right? Consciousness, mind, matter, six sense space, contact, feeling. All these are 5 aggregates in the future. Okay? So we don't take the Jati, Jara, Marana. So we take this one. All right. So next question. Anybody want to try? The answer is very simple, either yes or no. So anybody want to try this answer?
I think yes. Yeah.
You say yes. Okay. Why do you say yes?
Because until one person actually reach the stage of arahant, he or she actually faces the actually have the clinging, craving, and sensations, but not as the ordinary person.
Okay. All right. So yes, you can explain in that way. But actually, now you can think in another way. Dependent origination means refer to the first one is avijja. So as long as who will still have avijja, does the first stage of enlightenment does he have avijja? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So the question is until so the arahant will eradicate avijja. So before that, okay, sorry. So the arahant will eradicate so avijja, ignorance. So before this stage, all noble person, including the first stage of enlightenment, including the first stage, and also worldlings. Worldling means those who have not enlightened, will experience the dependent origination. Okay, clear?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, this one we already mentioned just now, right? So how many links? Normally it's said to be 3 links. Okay. There are 3 links. So normally the link between feeling and clinging, feeling and craving can be cut by meditation. Okay, by the meditation. All right. Okay, now question is actually quite difficult. Most people will have different answer. All right. So I want you all to join this. Okay, if you think that avijja is the first cause in the samsara, you can raise your hand in your, just click your computer or tablet, whatever. Show your hand if you think that avijja is the first cause. Now we want to see how many of you will agree with this one. Okay, just click your, how to click it. Okay, Sister Khan, she said yes. Next one, who else? Okay, Sumita and others. Okay, some more. All right, Shinlin, Ho, and then yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. So we have most people. Now, how many will you would think that is not the first cause? Okay. Chai Hun also think it's first cause, right? Yes.
No, I think
Okay.
it's not.
You think it's
I
not?
think
Okay.
it's main cause, but it's not the first.
You think it's a main cause, but it's not the first. All right. Okay. Now, for this answer, so we look at the okay.
Actually, there is no first cause in Buddhism.
Okay. That's also a tricky question. Yeah, because in other region, like we say, the idea of God, the God will be the first cause or the primary cause. So in Buddhism, normally we say there's no first cause because everything is sankhara, everything is conditioned. So how can they will be the first cause? So we look at the comprehensive 302, 303. Yeah, this one. Okay, this one. This one on the guide. No, not avijja is not the first cause. According to Samadhi, the Venerable Sariputta is the highest in wisdom. He said what is the cause of ignorance? Even ignorance is not the first cause because ignorance also comes from taints, asawa, samudaya. Right? Then what is the cause of taints? He said the taints arise from ignorance. So that means that ignorance cause the taints cause the ignorance. So it's like vice versa. So like this is difficult for you to find the first cause. And also ignorance in one existence also arise from the previous ignorance from the previous existence, preceding existence. So thus in effect establish the round of beginning as beginningless. So in Buddhism we call it the samsara a beginningless. Anna plus adi, aninaka. Since any instant of ignorance always depend on preceding life in which ignorance was present, entitling an infinite digression. Okay, so there's a very important, you can look at here, page 303. Okay, so sometimes if you want to ask, if what is avijja coming from where, sometimes people can give the answer asawa. All right. So, but the main thing is even the ignorance of this life also coming from ignorance of previous life. It's like chicken and egg. Which come first? Is the chicken come first or the egg come first? That's the question here. All right. So the answer is no. Okay. So there are a few reasons. So avijja, arises from asawa. I think long a okay, asawa. And then also another one is avijja in this life arises from avijja in previous lives. So this means that everything is beginningless, right? So this why dependent origination is profound, because it links with the whole, not just this life, with many previous life, and also in future life, and also to do with, beside this life, also to do with previous life, and also to do with many dhammas, and also to do with kusala, akusala, to do with jhana, and to do with meditation. So it's complicated. It's actually like one dhamma, but inside has many dhammas. Okay, now next question. How to reverse the order in dependent origination? Okay, now we are talking about patiloma, all right? So this is talking about patiloma. Okay. So how do you reverse it? How, instead of like this, like avijja pacha sankhara, sankhara pacha vijnana, vijnana pacha namarupa. So how do we reverse it? So this means that we don't let the forward order. So contrary. So sometimes we can use the word opposite or contrary. So pati with the T dot. Okay. So how, as a meditator, anybody want to try? How do you stop the avijja pacha sankhara, sankhara pacha vijnana, vijnana pacha namarupa, namarupa pacha salayatana, and so on? Right? Any should ask any meditator. Mayap, you want to join us? Mayap?
Yeah, Ji, may I?
Maybe
Yole,
you, yeah,
Okay.
you, okay, yes, yeah. Sister Mayap, yes.
we stop the contact, then we break the chain now.
Okay,
That's what
stop,
ending.
stop means that you contemplate at phassa, okay, at phassa, and then contact only, is it? Contact means the phassa and vedana, right? Okay, so we stop here. Beside this point, how else should we stop? So means that we break the link between the phassa and not phassa, vedana, and so this means that break the link between the vedana, feeling, and craving. Okay, vedana and tanha. So okay, how about number 2? How do we stop it? Next person. Okay, so that's one way we can contemplate dependent origination. So we try to break, means that we don't let this continue. We try to stop. That's why you can see the arrow here. We can try to stop here. Okay, but actually normally for people, we can only break at the vedana to craving, okay, vedana to tanha. So we cannot break here. But they say, according to some of the texts, only Buddha, he can stop at the phassa. Okay, of course, Buddha will not have avijja anymore. But just say for similarly, normal people will only be able to break at the vedana, because phassa and vedana arise instantly, very fast. Only the Buddha can contemplate the phassa. All right. But normal people will contemplate only at the vedana and craving. But sometimes vedana comes, we also don't know. We only when we come to craving, we see the effect of craving when we wish for this and that. Then by the time we know, we already have the craving upadana and kamabhava start again. All right. So this is one way to contemplate. But of course, if we want to stop it, we can stop at the this jati jara marana. For example, if somebody become arahant, he will be no more rebirth in the future. So you can say arahant will already stop, no more in the circle. But that's for only for arahant, okay? Now, how do we see the two truths in the dependent origin? Now, first thing you must know what is the two truth. Now,
Balaji,
what is the
can I,
yes?
on the previous question,
Yes,
because
okay.
on my experience, while trying to contemplate on the mind, sometimes I realize that even though my so-called greed or ill will arise, but when I'm aware of it, and I was able to be what do you call in a neutral state. That means I do not get fall into it. I was able to stop that continuation of craving and clinging.
Yeah, okay. So yes,
So,
if you meditate, you can break the link. Yes.
but that is not in the link in the dependent origination. It's at the what do you call so-called awareness of the vijnana, or more like when I aware that this consciousness arise, this mental state arise, then I saw that okay, I actually have the craving already that arises, but because I was alert and mindful, I did not fall into it. So there's no craving in that sense. But
Okay.
but in a way, you can say that the greed has arisen already.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So how
Yeah.
do
All
we
right.
look at it?
So we can contemplate, like we can contemplate the consciousness. We can contemplate namarupa. We also can contemplate six sense base. Yes. If we can stop here, is good. All right. But normally, when any of the phenomena things, when the consciousness come, then the feeling is there. The feeling is always because it's the universal mental factors. Okay. So the feeling will be there, even though it might not be obvious. You might contemplate on the consciousness. Yes, it's possible also.
Yeah, I think yes, there may be
Because
feeling, but the awareness is not
these
there.
were actually, because all these we call it five aggregates, the vijnana, consciousness, nama, rupa, salayatana, because these are five aggregates, they will arise together. Even though in dependent origination, we put them as one is in the first and the other one come later. But these five aggregates or namarupa, they arise instantly. Okay, so that's the reason why they only try to break at this craving and vedana, because craving is optional. Right? Even like contact and feeling is actually part of the universal mental factor. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now. So the next question is, how do I see the two truths? Okay, now what is the two truths in the dependent origination? So we need to have no. Okay, now I need to ask somebody. So you all study this for about 1 month. Right. Okay. Okay. Now maybe Sister Wong. Okay. Now what is the two truths in the dependent originations?
Good evening, Sayaji.
Yes.
You call me, right?
Yes,
I
yes,
thought I
yes.
hear my name.
Yeah, I call you. Yes.
Okay. I think the two truths could be the second truth.
Okay.
When the
Truth of
cause,
origin.
yeah,
Of course. Okay. Another one is
the third truth, which is
are you
in
sure?
fact the third
Not the
noble
third,
truth,
not the third.
the origin and cause, and hold on now, this truth of the end of suffering. When you do the reverse, the patiloma, I thought,
No. We are looking for the truth. You can see the truth here, origin of suffering and truth of suffering.
yes,
Origin of suffering is what? Origin of suffering
origin of
is
suffering is a truth of suffering.
the dukkha satya, first noble truth, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So then there will be only origin of suffering means dukkha satya. Dukkha satya means that the five aggregates.
Yeah.
We are talking about five aggregates like birth, agings, all these are five aggregates. Another one is samudaya satya,
Samudaya,
is a craving, tanha.
the cause
Alright.
of craving.
Yes. So we only can see five aggregates including which one? The vijnana, namarupa, salayatana, phassa, vedana. So all these are,
Vedana.
yes, okay. So all these are. And craving is only in the tanha. Okay, tanha, craving. Or craving and clinging. You can pick it craving and clinging. Alright. So if you look at this, so
Oh.
origin of suffering. So you can see avijja also because defilement. So you can take it when the craving comes, the avijja is always there. So clinging is also considered as have one craving. All right. So this we call it the origin of suffering. And then the result will be the five aggregates. Five aggregates means express an vijnana, namarupa, salayatana, phassa, vedana. So this will be also true for suffering. Also five aggregates. So upapati bhava and jati jara marana. So birth and aging is to do with the five aggregates. And this one is also to do with five aggregates. That's why we call it true for suffering. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you understand this, then it's easy. Okay.
I was thinking of the other one, the link, going this way and then going backwards, the reverse.
No. That is not this one. Two truth means the two noble truth. All right. Two noble
Okay.
truth. Okay, maybe I should put the word noble truth.
Yeah.
So dukkha satya
Thank-
is
thank
five
you.
aggregates means the namarupa salayana, craving, and then you can put craving, clinging, and avijja. Right. So this one is craving and others. So you have avijja and so on. So you can see the true truth there.
Thank you.
Right. And then the next question, why are the other two noble truths? So what is the other two noble truths? All right. So for next person, next student. Anybody? How about anybody want to try? How about Doris? What are the other two noble truths? So remember we have four noble truths. What are the other two?
The suffering to end suffering and the path leading to the end of suffering.
Okay, so noble truth of end of suffering and
Path
noble truth of the path leading to
the end
suffering.
of suffering.
Okay, so do you know the Pali?
This is Namo Dukkha Samudaya.
Dukkha samudaya, then this one?
Nirodha
Yes,
and
Nirodha Satya. And then the next one will be Magga Satya, okay? Magga Satya.
Yes, correct.
Magga Satya, all right? Okay, now Nirodha Satya. What is Nirodha Satya? Doris?
The third one is the Eightfold Path. The middle path that leads.
Middle path is the last one. So this is the Noble Eightfold Path. So Nirodha Satya. What is Nirodha Satya? Is Nibbana.
Nibbana, yes, correct.
Yes, okay. So you don't see Nibbana in the dependent origination because Nibbana is outside dependent origination.
Yes, correct.
And this one is path. So you have a right view, right thought, and so on. Yeah, right view, right thought, and so on. So you don't see right view, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, and this one. You don't see the right concentration and so on. So you only see the five aggregates, which is the birth and aging, the consciousness, namarupa, or this one. All right. So when dependent origination is talking about the working of cause effect, it's not talking about the noble eightfold path, and it's not talking about nibbana. Nibbana is of course is outside this round. Okay, so that's how we contemplate this one, and it's good to have question like this. So you try to your mind start to think, because sometimes when we have too many facts, our mind cannot digest. So with a question like this, you can digest a little bit, all right? Okay, so yeah. Okay, by by obtaining arahantship. Okay. So all cause and effects will be stopped. All right. Okay. So any question? If no question, we will stop this one. Any last question?
Sorry, G. On the
Yes.
last question, can we
Mhm.
say dependent origination is to describe about samsaric life or samsaric cycle,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and that's the reason why the Nirodha Satcha will not be depicted in dependent origination because it's actually the termination of dependent origination.
Okay, and you can take it this way, but another way is when we say the ultimate Dhamma, the Paramata Dhamma, you don't see Nibbana inside the dependent origination. Okay?
Yeah.
That's more better if we see in this way. Because like we see when we say the Dukkha Satcha is a five aggregates. Five aggregates means you will have like Vijnana and Namarupa and so on. And then this is will be Samudaya Satcha is to do the craving. When you take craving, you have to take the clinging. When you take the clinging, you have to take the avijja and so on, right? But we don't see the nibbana in the dependent origination. Okay, that's the main reason. Of course, when we say dependent origination, it's more on a samsara circle. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So any last question? So for this, I will not give homework. First, is not easy to give homework also, and also not easy for you all to write. And even though it looks simple, I mean, at first I also thought it's simple because it's like you just need to recite Avijja Pacha Sankara, Sankara Pacha Vijnana. But in the Buddha time, of course, when many people they due to their parami, when they recite this one and they contemplate, so many also attain Arahant. You can see in the Tipitaka, there's one section we call it this book, Samyutta Nikaya, and under the Nidana Vaga. So this is a one big chapter where it has Nidana. Nidana means origination, all right? So you can see in this book, if you look at, if you have or buy the English translation, you can read this book and there is a lot of teaching on the dependent origination. You can see the first one already, Nidana Samyutta, under the Samyutta Nikaya book, Paticca Samuppada. So you can see the Pali here, right? So Avijja Pacha Sankara, Sankara Pacha Vijnana, and so on. And Avijjaya Teva Asesa Viraga, this one. Right. And then another sutta also. So there are many teaching in the Dhamma about this Avijja. Right? And then some they give a lot of detail. What is Jati? What is Bhava? Okay. What is Upadana? What is Tanha? So some like this one, okay, Tanha is 6, Vedana is 6, Phassa is 6, Salayatana is this one, Namarupa is 1. So it's good if you want to learn dependent origination, you can look at the sutta. Okay. Right. Okay. Now he say even that here about the Vipassi Buddha in the past, okay, he was contemplate about this Vipassi Bodhisattva. So there are many teaching here. So that's why in the Samyutta Nikaya on the Nidana Vaga Pali, there's a dedicated chapters talk about all these cause and effect, especially on dependent origination. So dependent origination is a big topic. So if any of the student in future when they study master or PhD, they want to write this one, they will have it. There are lots of information and it's very profound, not easy to write. So not encouraged to choose this topic. Okay, so last question. So the best way to learn this, of course, try to memorize the Pali and try to get to know the Dhamma. The Dhamma means that the like this, what is the craving, what is the clinging, and so on. But it's good just to learn the chanting as a chanting because sometimes when we chant, if we think too much, we cannot get concentration, cannot get mindfulness. So we just chant like this, okay? So I like to invite somebody to chant before we finish this one, and we will have sharing of merits by Bande Aditya Sena. Okay, anybody want to volunteer to chant? How about Rushan? She's from Sri Lanka. Rushan, you want to join us in chanting this one?
Sure.
Okay.
So Avijja Pacha Sankara Sankara Pacha Vinyanam Vinyanam Pacha Namarupam Pacha Salayatana Pacha Passa Pacha Vedana Pacha Tanha Pacha Upadana Pacha Bhava Pacha Jati Pacha Jara Maranam Soka Parideva Dukkha Domana Supaya Bhavanti eva mettassa kevalassa dukkha kandassa samudayo hoti.
Okay, thank you. So here you have to remember, so this is O, okay, passo. All right. So when we recite, you have just remember sometimes we have to finish with the A sound, with the M sound, and this O sound. All right. So it's good to learn Pali also. Okay, next student. So for those who not recite before, how about Brother King? You want to join us in chanting this one, Brother King?
Okay, right. Avi, av, Avidyayateva asesa viraga niroda sankara nirodo sankara niroda vinaya nirodo vinaya niroda namarupa nirodo namarupa niroda sayalat yatana nirodo salayatana niroda pasa niroda vedana niroda tanha niroda upadana niroda bhava niroda jati niroda jaya maranam sokka parideva dukkha domana supaya yasa janti eva metasa kevalasa dukkha kandasa nirodo hoti.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much,
Thank
Brother
you.
King. All right. So anybody want to recite this one? Bande Adia Tesana. Are you familiar with this one?
This one actually not familiar,
Okay,
but then I will
okay,
try.
it's okay. Try, yes, okay.
Yada Hawe Patu Bhavanti Dhamma Atapino Jayato Brahmanasa Atasa Kanka Vapayanti Sabha Yato Pajanati Sahetu Dhammanti Yada Hawe Patu Bhavanti Dhamma Atapino Jayato Brahmanasa Atasa Kanka Vapayanti Sabha Yato Kayang Pacayanang Avediti Yada Hawe Patu Bhavanti Dhamma Atapino Jayato Brahmanasa Vidupayang Tittati Maransenang Suryowa Obasa Yamantalikanti.
Okay, thank you. All right, so any last question? You know, we will stop this one and we will do the sharing of merits. Okay, so
I
later
think
I will send you the updated notes. Yes, Brother Ko?
on the question number 9, just now you have the second answer. What was the second answer?
Second
Question
answer.
number,
Oh yeah.
the
Means
last page, I think.
practicing
Last page, yeah.
practicing up to the Arahano.
Or
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
by
So yeah,
obtaining
by
RRC.
yeah, RSA, so all the cause and effect will be stopped by itself. Right?
Okay.
All causes and effects.
Okay.
One question.
Yes.
The Viti and the Patana, you asked us to choose, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I think Patana is related to dependent origination, but like too hard. So you ask us to choose, I don't know what to choose. But so I put witty lah, because I think Patana too hard. So you say want to
Yeah,
discuss?
Patana is also hard. Viti actually, because in the Patana there will be something to do with the witty process. So I think it's good to do witty process because last time I skipped some witty, so maybe I'll choose witty because I already prepared the notes last time. So easy for me. Okay. So all right. So okay, Bande, do you want do you have any Bande Aditya Sena? Do you have any sharing, chanting? Or you want to share your documents? Where is he? I think he's a lost internet already. He said the internet line is unreliable. Okay, so wait for him for a while, all right? So let's see if he can come back. Okay, so now on dependent origination is really a profound dharma. So don't take it serious, don't take it lightly. Even though it look quite simple, it just avijja pacha sankara sankara pacha vijnana. We listen every day. It look very simple. Actually, it's inside has lots of very small things like sankara. You can describe the sankara. You can see the books. There are a lot of information in sankara. And after that, the Kama Bhava. Kama Bhava is something. So these two are more complicated. Sankara and Kama Bhava are complicated. Then the rest, I think you should be able to understand yourself. I think he's not able to get in. The internet is poor. All right, so we just share the screen and maybe Chai Hun, you lead the chanting. Where is he? Okay, I think Chai Hun, you can lead this time. Yeah.
Okay. Brothers and sisters, we have learned Dhamma from Saji, and now let us compose our mind to do the closing salutation. Kama Vachana. Kayena Vacha Chitena Pamadena Maya Katang Achayang Kamame Banti Bhuvi Panya Tathagata Kayena Vacha Chitena Pamadena Maya Katang Achayang Kamame Dhamma Sandipika Akarika Kayena Vacha Chitena Pamadena Maya Katang Achayang Kamame Sangha Supatipana Anuttara. By
Tara.
body, speech, and mind, if I've committed any wrong heedlessly, may the Buddha, who has extensive wisdom, forgive me. By body, speech, and mind, if I have committed any wrong heedlessly, may the Dhamma that is realized by own self with immediate effect forgive me. By body, speech, and mind, if I have committed any wrong heedlessly, may the Sangha that has good practice and incomparable forgive me.
Okay. Okay. Just now I see Bante him, but he's disappear again. Okay. Okay, never mind. You continue. Okay.
Sharing merits with all beings. Imang no punya bagam sabasatanam dema. Imang no punya bagam sabasatanam dema. Imang no punya bagam sabasatanam dema. We share this merit with all sentient beings. May they obtain this merit and always be well and happy. Sharing our merits with the departed ones. Inam no yatinam hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam no yatinam hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam no yatinam hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Let this merit go to our relatives. May our relatives be happy. Sharing of merits with the Deva. Akasata Chamumbata Deva Naga Mahidika Punyam Tam Anumoditwa Chiran Rakantu Sasanam Akasata Chamumata Devanaga Mahidika Punyam Tam Anumoditwa Chiran Rakan today Sanam Akasata Chamumata Devanaga Mahidika Punyam Tam Anumoditwa Chiran Rakan Tumam Paranti. Blessing Ayurarodya Sampati Sagga Sampati Mevacha Ato Dibbana Sampati Ilinate Samijatu. Longevity, good health, a rebirth in the heaven, and the attainment of Nibbana. May you achieve this by this merit. Blessing to the world. Devo Vasatu Kalina Sasa Sampati Hotucha. Pito Bhavatu Lokocha Raja Bhavatu Dhammiko. May the rain fall at the suitable place, suitable times. May the crop be abundant. May the world be prosperous. May the king be righteous. Pattana. Ada imaya pati padaya jara maranamha parimushi sami. Vidame punyam asawa kaya waham hotu. Vidame punyam dibana sa pachayo hotu. Vidame silang mga palanyanya sa pachayo hotu. Indeed, by this mental training, I shall surely be free from aging, sickness, and death. By my merit, may I eradicate all defilements. May my merit be conducive to the attainment of Nibbana. May my observance of morality be a condition to attain path and fortune knowledge. Imina punya kamena babe mala samagamo. Satam samagamo hotu yava Nibbana patiya. May this merit that I have acquired, may I never meet foolish person. May I meet the wise and virtuous person until I attain Nibbana, ultimate peace and happiness. Buddha sasanang chiran titatu. Buddha sasanang chiran titatu. Buddha sasanang chiran titatu. May the Buddha's dispensation teaching last long. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Saiji, you are muted.
All right. Okay. I think dependent origin is a little bit quite tough topic. So VD process will be interesting, maybe not so tough. Patana actually is interesting if we can use it as a meditation practice. If we skip all the Abhidhamma numbers, so it's actually quite interesting. But if you learn Patana with all the numbers, then it looks very tough. Because when I learn Patana with all the numbers, it's actually difficult to contemplate it at all. All right. So I think we go for VT first. After that, we go for Patana. Then after that, there may be about something about meditation and so on. So like our speed is actually quite okay. So I actually plan to give you another test in next month. Maybe last time we up to where? We already covered 31 plan assistance. We also do the lupa only, right? So we have not do the chitta, right? Have we? No, okay. No, okay. So maybe this time we'll chitta and karma. Maybe we can skip the dependent origination. But if you want to test your knowledge, it's okay, no harm. Because this is actually this is not exam based. So attendance give a lot of 30%, okay? And then the assignment is 40%. So exam is only 30%. But of course, you all should try to pass the exam, not just because the exam is only 30%, you try to fail the exam. All right. It makes no sense to like this, right? But actually, for those who are free and easy, I hope you all can try to challenge yourself to answer, to test your knowledge whether you are able to answer it. We will take also one of the Friday class, maybe. So I don't think you all need long time to study lah. Do you need 1 month? I don't think so, right? Maybe 3 weeks. 3 weeks or 1 month. Okay, so now it's already middle of September. So maybe next month, third week, lah, about third week, okay? The fourth week, we have time to do some discussion. So next week, we will do the VT. VT maybe take another 2 or 3. Depends.
It can be before 19 or not?
Huh? Sorry?
Can be before 19 October or not?
Why before 19?
I go